Appreciate you hitting the button. Welcome to the How to Hustle podcast with Hype. This is episode 126. You follow me on Instagram and Twitter at I am Hype. That's HYMPE. It's Hype. It's not Hype. I'm not geeked up. This is the first episode of what is this? 2024. Happy New Year. This is the first episode. We're gonna start off the year with a bang. Reintroduce yourself to the audience.
Hey, what's going on, y'all? I am Sai, aka Solidified Sai. And you can get at me at get_solidified. That be it, that be all. I'm VST alumni. And How to Hustle podcast with Hype alumni as well. What's going on, y'all?
Copy that. This is my brother. If y'all been listening, tuned in before,
For sure.
he's been here. He threw something out there on a previous episode. I told him, stop, chill, wait. That is a whole episode. Here's the episode. Lazy relationships. So we were talking about this on the episode. This was the most underrated episode. Still available on all streaming platforms. You only accept 5 stars here on the How to Hustle podcast. You brought up lazy relationships as being underrated. Let's dive into that now.
Well, initially, my thing was I thought it was underrated to just be lazy, not doing anything with your significant other. You know what I mean? In the sense of just chilling, not doing nothing, saying, forget the world, it's just me and you. That's what initially I meant by that. But you brought a whole nother light to it. So we definitely about to get into that too.
All right, see, when I'm hearing lazy relationships, I'm thinking that's complacent relationships.
Right.
That you taking this individual for granted, whether it be husband, wife, friendships, however you want to use this relationship topic for yourself. But if you're being lazy and like you're not putting any work in, you're not doing anything to keep this person engaged. If it's a physical one-on-one relationship, you just taking for granted that they're going to be there and they're always going to be there. That's not always the case. We might have got together at 23 and been perfect for each other. You was just what I needed. I was just what you needed. But now we 43 and
for sure
I need something different. In these last 20 years, you should have grew and evolved. And if y'all ain't growing and evolving together because y'all are not both recognizing that he's now becoming a different person because he's a father, she's becoming a different person because she's a mother, she's becoming a different person because she's a wife. You got your health complications because you never know. Like things just hurt once you get a certain age. You wake up like, why is my elbow on tilt? Like, but if you don't have the kind of person who's checking in with you saying all of those type of things, like, all right, I noticed that you said 3 weeks ago that your elbow hurt. Now you still saying that we need to go see the doctor about all of that. But if the person is not attentive enough and being in a lazy situation, they won't catch up. They won't pick up on those type of things.
Right. A lot of times I feel like, and I'm speaking for myself, I've actually had a situation within my own marriage, if I could be, fully disclosed for a second.
This is a safe space.
Absolutely. Where it was like, okay, over time, it's like, once y'all get together, that union is formed. And once that union is formed, let me put out there, I have been married for 10 years, going on 11, and I'm going to be glad for that.
I've been married for 7. We're going on 8 this year. Hey, baby.
But yeah, back in the hand, I'm pretty much just like, huh?
No, you good.
I'm sorry.
No, I said I'm 7 years going on 8.
Hey, baby. Yeah. I'm doing glad, man. It's a blessing. A lot of people don't have that, and alone, like just a union alone, a lot of people want that. A lot of people desire that, and they have that yearning for that. Whereas though it might not, your steps might not be ordered. Whereas though that's in line for you right now. Maybe your husband or wife is coming down the line later on, or whatever. Or maybe you got to get yourself together first in order to run into that person. That's a whole nother thing.
You got to be prepared for that moment. You got to be
absolutely
ready to be everything for this person. Everybody's not there. Everybody doesn't get there.
Right. I was just harkening back on that topic, whereas though I remember at one point in time, even in my own marriage, where it was just like she's used to seeing me as this go-getter, and I'm always like, you know what I mean? I'm not stopping here. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. I'm doing that. I'm just doing everything, not only just for the family, but for us alone as well. You know what I mean? But ultimately, it starts with me. Now, the issue came in where at one point in time, you look up and then it's like this one person, and I'll say this word loosely, where it's like you look at your hero and it's like your hero is not heroing, so to speak. And then you look and it's like, all right. And then, it gets brought to your attention where it's like, look, you know what I mean?
Did it again.
Yeah.
All right, so
Hey,
you did it again. The hero situation. This is a future topic. Put a pin in
hey,
that
man, but
one.
look, we just gonna keep it rolling. We got another one coming. Now they got something to look forward to, right?
Copy that.
But you
Podcast
look at
drop
it
through, baby.
and you look at it like, okay, well, this person where you heralded or revered in a high regard, when you're looking at it, and it's like you're used to them just being snappy. I'm on this, I'm on this, I'm on this, I'm on this, just to make sure we're cool. After a while, you look and it's like you're being stagnated, you're being complacent. And of course, that happens sometimes. I won't say it's solely on the one person. Being in the union, I would say that both parties might play a part in that, whether it be, marriage or just boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever. Um, but along with that, it's like after a while you look up and you're like, yo, what's going on, fam? Like I'm used to you, I mean, moving around and doing this, and this, and now you just chilling at this. Like, what's going on with you? So it was brought to my attention, and I remember like how I felt. I felt like complete crap, bro. Where it's just like, damn, I thought I was doing this, and this, and this, but it's like in all reality, sometimes in life, and I know for myself, like I get stuck in my own head every once in a while. Where it's just like, all right, I got stuck in my head, and then you look up and it's like, damn, you of course you feel away because it's like this is my significant other telling me, like my homie lover friend looking at me telling me like, damn, you fell off. Like what's going on? Like there's no fire under your feet no more. What's going on? What's happening? And
All
you
right,
look at that
so
and then come on.
go ahead. Finish
Oh,
your point.
so all right. So with that, you look up and then time goes and there's no fire under your feet, which then there's a domino effect further down the line where you look at it like other things might have stopped or slowed up, and it's like, fam, you weren't the same person you was. I'm used to you doing this, and this, and this. But it's like things change. What's going on with you? You know what I mean? And of course, like I said, I felt like crap, and I looked up, and I'm like, oh man, where do I turn? Things like that. But then after a while, you got to dig into yourself. And I can't say she was right. A lot of times, women out there, if you're listening or watching, you were right. A lot of times, y'all be right. A lot of men don't want to say that, but sometimes, more than likely, y'all be right. So I looked up, to make a long story less long. I looked up and I'm like, yeah, the fire wasn't under my feet. And then it's like, we're not just here just to stay in one place. One thing specifically about life, you have to always change and evolve, specifically with the times. You got to do that. You got to keep moving. You got to keep that spark
Bullseye.
there. Right.
You
You
just
got to
hit
keep
you
that
hit
fire there.
exactly where I'm going. So this is the thing that I always try to do
Right.
because my wife told me this before. It was like you here but you ain't here because you always on the phone, you always doing something. Like, yeah, you got a thousand
Right.
different things that you're doing, to try to like better our situation, but you still got to be here when you're here.
Right.
And like you said, you got to take heed to sometime when you hear things. I always tell her, you don't understand how much weight that it holds that you being my wife. You tell me you need me, the world stops.
Right.
It's two. It's a couple of people who got pictures in my phone. If I see this picture in the phone, and that means I don't care what it is, and I'm answering it. I might tell you I can't talk right now. I might be busy or whatever. But a couple of these people go and get the answer to those calls,
Right.
and you got to always step back and reevaluate your situation. Look at it and see what are we doing? What am I doing? Because if the thing that you keep harking on there is I'm used to you doing this, and this is the thing that we can't get stuck into. I'm used to you doing this because then I'm not allowing you to grow and evolve. Your priorities might have been I need to go hard at whatever the business might be for whoever's listening. And now my priorities have just shifted. Instead of me trying to go so hard with the business, I really need to go hard at being a dad. I really need to spend
Right.
more time instead of I mean, really need to spend more time with the kids instead of spending more time trying to make money for the kids because the kids don't really care about the money. The kids care about the
Right.
time. They
They
remember
don't
the
know
time
no
that
better
y'all,
other than that. Right.
yeah, when they little. I'm not saying you got a teenager and they don't
Exactly.
care about the money, but the kids will remember the time that y'all rolled around on the floor and you don't have a clue. My daughter tells
Hmm.
me about stuff all the time. You don't remember when we did this, that, and the other? Like, not really. But like it might hold a special place to you because
Right.
you have the experience of being a parent and a child. So you remember when it was a child and you just wanted the attention of your mom or your dad or whoever that was that
For
you didn't
sure.
get. You remember those times that you got it, but you also remember those times that you didn't get it. And now you're in that situation. Now you're the one who's not given the time, not given the attention. So, excuse me, you always got to be like reevaluating your situation and just big picture looking at it like, all right, let me step back and look at this from a different perspective and not just what I'm thinking and how I'm feeling. Let me look at it from the perspective of what is this doing for us?
Right,
Because once you get there, you got to understand that she may be doing that.
right,
So you can't just say, I'm always expecting you to be this, 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 and this, because then you're stagnating that person's growth and that person's ability to become a better mom, a better husband, a better father, or whatever the situation might be.
right. It's like you're throwing a monkey wrench in the system because specifically as men, a lot of times we're looked at as, you're the head of household, you have to do this, you have to do this. And then a lot of times it's like, if you are no longer doing these things, you no longer look interested, or your umph switches. And it's like, again, it becomes a domino effect where it just goes down. And it's like, well, of course, we look at it as we got to be this, 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 and this. And a
I
lot of
mean,
times, as you just said earlier, a lot of
see, the
times we get
best
so caught up in
relationships,
other stuff. Huh?
this be the problem. This be the problem because the best relationships is partnerships. And then
Exactly.
sometimes, like the whole percentages and all of that shit, like is what really messes people up because they really just Amelia Bedelia the situation, and you just flat out going with that. And it's like, sometimes I'm gonna be down, sometimes you're gonna be up, and I'm gonna need you to reach down here and pick me up if I'm down. You're gonna need me to reach down here to pick you up if you're down. But
That
we can't
teamwork
just say, all
aspect.
right, well, look, man, I already walked over here, my 50%. You got to do like it can't be like that every day.
Right,
Now, one of them joints I do tell people is every day can't be Tuesday. You can feel like
right,
that, for a day or 2 days or 3 days, but now we can't go on month four where you just still in a rut and you're not doing anything to get out of it. If you're
right,
trying and actively trying to make this situation better and it's just not working out, maybe you're just not working out right now. That's cool. But you got to be given
right,
the effort. You can't be, again, back to the title of the episode, lazy. You can't be lazy in this relationship. You can't be lazy in this marriage or lazy in this friendship or whatever the dynamic is, because if you're allowing the person to only, if I'm always the one reaching and you're never reaching back, then we don't have a relationship. We have a codependency. You're just dependent
right,
on me, whatever it is, or I'm dependent on you to be whatever it is that makes it easier for me and that makes it better for us, which is what we're supposed to be when we're building a relationship.
right. And the best thing about that, specifically with the teamwork aspect, is that you don't want to become an anchor. You know what I mean? And that's a part of what I was saying earlier. Is like, damn, you're becoming an anchor. It's like, I feel like I'm upholding this thing. And the worst thing to do, specifically when you're in a relationship, you don't want to feel like you're in a relationship alone, if that makes any sense.
A lot of people are.
Exactly.
That's
And
bad.
it's sad. It's sad to say, but there's a lot of people who are really in a relationship alone. And they may not even know that. Or they may know it and they're just settling, which is another story as well. But the biggest thing is to, like, when you have your partner look at you and tell you, like, man, you ain't holding your weight. You start to feel specifically as a man, you like, whoa, hold on. You know what I mean? And then of course, like you said, you gotta look back and look at yourself and be like, damn,
The
well, what is it
first
that I
thing,
am doing?
see, this be just the way that we be just programmed. The first thing that you hear when somebody gives you some criticism can't be just, what the fuck you mean? Like, no, listen
Yeah,
to it. Take it
right,
in. See why they saying that to you. Like, try to look at it from a not you making it personal when it ain't personal. Especially if the
right,
comment is coming from your significant other, or your kid, or your parent, or whatever. Like, if it ain't a toxic kid, parent, or whatever the situation is, this is coming from a place of love. It's coming from a place of, I don't want to see you do nothing but win. So you can't come into it with a because that ain't what it called for. That's not what the situation is. This is just me telling you what
yeah.
I
You're gonna turn
perceive
that whole
from the outside
situation
looking
left.
in.
It's gonna be a
Yeah.
whirlwind.
Um. All right. Now we're gonna switch it up. Now, because I
Okay,
told you we rebranded the show. This one right here is sponsored by Custom Hustle. That is at Custom Hustle World, Custom Hustle Co. on Twitter,
let's go, Custom Hustle. Get
Custom
all of your
Hustle World.
CHs. We at what, number 4 now?
4. We're on the 4s. These
Let's
right
talk
here
about hey,
are red and black
hey, man.
threes.
Hey,
Man, available in all colors. You know what I'm
okay.
saying?
They the
But
brands right there. I like them.
oh yeah,
What you about to pull out another pair, bro?
no, we're gonna keep it light on them. You know what I'm saying? You
Oh,
go over to
all
Custom
right.
Hustle World though, and we got all
I
that
was about to say,
situation.
hold on now. Don't give
Yeah,
them too
we got
much.
all of that for you. We got the flip flops, the jerseys, the custom jackets for the kids and the
Talk about
adults,
it. Talk
sweatsuits,
about it.
the barber capes, you name it, we got it. And as of 2024, we got a lot of new merchandise coming in, baby. Always
I
hustling
need to have
over at
some of that
Custom Hustle
on,
World.
like next Yummy Pie. I can't
Hey
keep playing
man,
around. I gotta
hey
have some of
man,
that
listen.
CH on, man. I feel naked. Pause.
Copy that. Or we can get you one of these, you know what I'm saying? You one of these original guys, you know what I'm saying? We get you one of those.
That's it right there.
All right, this is the get to know segment. This is where we get to know a little bit more about Sai. So
Okay.
now we're gonna start you off with a basic one: Chinese or Italian?
Say it again.
Food. Chinese or Italian? Food. Which one you going with?
Oh, Italian.
What are you going with the Italian?
One more time.
What are you going with? Italian. What are you going with? You want a lasagna? You want a ziti? What are you going with?
Maggiano's.
Spaghetti?
Oh, you said where I'm going?
No, what are you? What's the dish that you getting? You going Italian? Bang. So what are you
Oh,
ordering
okay.
with your
I'm sorry.
Italian?
My bad. It's either going to be chicken Alfredo or baked ziti for sure.
Copy that. Now, this is another one we'd like to do. You've been at the Carter Hustle live show, so you know how this works. 1998. How old was you? What's the first thing that you think of?
1998.
Hmm.
The first who?
What's the first thing that you think of when you hear
Oh,
1998?
98.
And how old were you?
Uh, damn, 98. I think of Paris Middle School. And I was about
This math be hard for
we say
niggas.
90.
98.
I'll tell my age right now. You know?
Uh-huh. So you said
Uh,
Paris.
yeah.
Paris and you were teenagers. You were in Paris, you like 13.
I was probably about like 13 going on 14. Matter of fact, I graduated in 98. So I definitely was 13. So yeah, I called it Coneheads. It was class of 98, CONE. And that's definitely what I thought of. Paris Middle School, which was the most fun time in my life that I can remember. One of.
Copy that. I went to Paris too, 01.
Uh-huh. Let's talk about it.
Now, tell me this. Power. What's your favorite Power spinoff?
I ain't gonna hold you, bro. I ain't been watching too much. I stopped watching like maybe after the second. We gonna have to talk about that later, bro.
All right, so
I'm gonna be
now here
honest. So
we gonna
I'm
go.
really not too much of a TV person. Like when I can watch TV, I do watch TV, but I be like moving around a whole lot. So whenever I get to watch TV, I can. This might sound crazy. The last Power I watched was probably season 2.
All right, so Ghost or Tommy then.
Huh?
Ghost or Tommy?
Ghost.
Ghost. Okay. Favorite
Yeah.
movie?
I got a couple of them. Love Basketball and Coming to America.
You say Loving Basketball and what?
Coming to America.
Okay, he got a sensitive joint for when he want to cuddle up and then he want to laugh. Copy that. Now, last joint. What's your favorite thing about me?
Thing about
Me. What's your favorite thing about me?
Oh man, my favorite thing about you, do we got enough time? You're loyal, bro. You're genuine. You're loyal. You're genuine from day one. We sandbox with it. In case y'all don't know, I will say it again, and I will continuously say it. We sandbox. This man has been always genuine. Can I tell my story real quick?
12-11. I'm 12-11. He 12-12. That's how far we go back.
Absolutely. I'm gonna tell a story real fast. I know. I'm pretty sure you probably don't remember this, or maybe you do. I remember I came home. I just came home from jail. I did 5 years. We was on the sub. We was on the sub.
Mm-hmm.
You was just coming out from one sub to the other. You was about to walk past me. And after you walked past me, I think you noticed me or I noticed you. I can't remember how it went, but I remember we linked real quick. We talked, and without any thought whatsoever, you went right in your pocket, bro. You didn't look at nothing. You went in your pocket. You handed me whatever you had in your pocket. And I'm like, nah, bro, I'm cool. Everything is fine. You know what I mean? I was saving money before I got out. Everything cool. And he was like, bro, tell that to somebody you ain't grow up with, nigga. Like, take this. And right there, that alone, like, was like one of the biggest gestures. And if I can say this, like, even some of my own immediate family members haven't done that for me. And I'm not holding it against nobody. There's no grudge or nothing. But it's just a fact. And it just goes to show what type of person that you are. You feel me? So I'm gonna say loyal. I'm gonna say genuine. I'm gonna say rare. I'm gonna say fully committed. You're 100% a Muslim, brother. Like, you know what I mean? You know what we believe in, and that there you embody that and have embodied that since I've known you. So I
When I
mean,
tell somebody I love you, I really mean it. It's not just words.
Absolutely.
Because just like we just talking about like Power, Ghost looked at Angela and how many episodes it went, I love you, and then they had the great making scene, and like they just acting. They just words if you don't have no actions behind them. So if you don't plan on backing up these words with any action, stop talking to me.
Absolutely.
Now, before we close this one out, this is how we close out the show from here on out. It is sponsored by H2H Cleaning. That is my cleaning company. We do roofing, plumbing, flooring, HVACs, cleanups, clean
Let's
outs,
go.
power washing, remodeling, you name it, we got it.
Let
Cleanups,
them know
cleanups,
ain't,
all of
ain't
that
no
good love.
job too big or too small. Get with them.
Not at all. What do we need to know? You got anything that we need to know? Anything that you want to tell us about? Anything that you want to close the show out with? Shine a spotlight on
Um,
yourself.
well, I just want you to know that Solidified is still moving. I mean, you can still come get your shoes clean. Um, that's pretty much it, man. You know, I appreciate you. I'm always gonna appreciate you. I love you, bro. You know,
I love you
again,
too.
you've always been solid from day one, and whatever you need from me, as long as I can and I will, as long as Allah wills, I'm there, bro. That's pretty much it. And I need y'all to know that, like, for the listeners, there has been some listeners that has said they've been tuning in and they really dig the show. They love the podcast drive through. I said this to you off mic. I definitely say this to you on air. And they love it. They dig it. You feel me? So keep doing what you're doing, bro. Like keep feeding the streets, keep feeding the corporate, keep feeding everybody. Because I feel like everybody's tuned in. You do have something that is different and rare, and it's an epitome of, as an extension of who you are as a person. So just keep going, bro. And I want everybody to know, like, just, you know, keep tuning in, keep supporting everything from Custom Hustle, H2H Cleaning, whatever dealing with hype, man. Tap in, because you always gonna get what you're asking for sure.
This is the one thing I will say is I know what the downloads is and I know what the subscriptions is. So you know what I'm saying? That's why we tell you appreciate you hitting the button. You listening, just hit the button. You know what I'm saying? We appreciate it. We appreciate the
Right,
five. We only accept five. We don't accept four. We don't accept three. We don't accept two. And one's not
right.
even a concept. So I appreciate you for coming on, bro. That was episode 126. We are out.